Hi everyone and welcome to Faewood. So I just want to address the elephant in the room, which might be me right now. I wanted a pair of overalls for doing projects and I saw these online. They looked super cute. I got them from Tree of Life. I get a lot of stuff from there. I love a lot of their dresses. They're really nice. Anyway, I saw these. They were on sale and I'm like, oh, I could get those. The fabric looked nice and all of that. And then I tried them on. And I don't know what's going on here, but it's a choice. I don't know if it's just that I look really crazy in these or that anyone would look really crazy in these. I remember thinking they looked cute on the model. They were, a smaller size and wearing a smaller size than me. I don't know. There's a lot going on here. Anyway, I just thought I'd wear them anyway because, like, why not? For the lols. Every time my husband sees me walk around in these, he just keeps cracking up. And he was in a meeting, like a Zoom meeting, and I walked in and just sort of went and he just burst out laughing. So yeah, just thought I'd share that. Sexy. Anyway, so today I want to make a cat tree. And not just any cat tree, I want one of those really enchanted looking ones that I see come up on Facebook every now and again. The ones that look like mossy covered, lovely little plush things and like a woodland wonderland type of thing. Now my cats, I have 3 cats if you don't know, and they use our cat tree a lot. We've got one that we bought that was, it was a sort of affordable one. It's okay. It's got, like, they definitely use it. They scratch it, they sit on it, they jump on it. But there's a lot of stuff on it they don't use, so I don't really want to recreate those parts. I want to make sure that what I'm doing is potentially usable. Whether they use it or not, I don't know, but potentially usable, and I want it to look aesthetic. So this is our cat tree at the moment, and I like the size of it as in the height, but there's a few sections that the cats can't really use. This little thing, for example, is just too small and none of the cats use it. I think I saw a cat go in there once, maybe when they were younger. Again, a little bit small. This, I don't know what that's meant to be. Maybe a kitten could get in there, I guess, but my cats are too big to get in there, so they don't use that. I don't think I've seen any cats go through that hole either. I feel like if that was a bit bigger, they might. The hammock is broken down the bottom, and they definitely don't use that either. And I have never seen a cat use these stairs. So I've sketched out my cat tree. I took a photo of it and I thought, let me sketch it out exactly how it looks right now so I can really work out how I want it to look. There's parts of this that we know work for us. The cats like getting onto the landings, especially the top 2 landings. I feel like this one's not used very much because cats can't get up the ladder. I mean, I suppose if they really wanted to, they could, but like they're kind of met with this cat bed. I'm gonna say not really because it's so small. So let's just get rid of that. Also, I'm using natural wood here and like on these posts instead of like, I guess they've used polypipe, I think, I'm assuming. So I want to use natural wood. So let's just pretend there's a natural bit of wood in here. Gonna get rid of these stairs because the cats don't use them. They're tiny and weird and yeah, they just don't use them. So we're getting rid of the stairs. Actually, while I'm at it, I'm going to get rid of this hammock. It's actually broken. I have never seen one of the cats in the hammock. I don't think I've seen a cat, maybe once in this side bit as well. So that's going to go. I'm not opposed to having a hole there, but again, I don't think I've seen the cats go through the hole. So I'm sort of leaning to maybe not do the hole. I'm not totally sure where each of my post thingies will go, but it's going to look something like that. Because like I need a base. The base is going to remain the same. What I'm thinking though on the base is having some sort of cat bed. I want a stepping stool for Fizzy because, like I said, he has trouble getting around. So I'm thinking of having a separate little movable mushroom thingy. And I'm thinking something here maybe sticking out and then have some sort of cat toy thing hanging down here. I'm picturing little fairies. There's that hanging baskety thing there. If I can get something that hangs onto the piece of wood like that, but instead it's a platform, as well as that this is quite square. All of the platforms are really square. So what I want to do, so a bit more natural looking shapes here. Possibly some stuff hanging down on here as well. Again, could be some more fairies. Like the fabric? I'll make a cat tree out of the fabric. What do you think? Is it cat approved? So I decided to cut all of these bits of wood the same size. I originally was going to make like one of them, at least the bottom one I think, smaller so I could have things hanging down. And the more I looked at it, the more I thought, no, I want to have it the size pretty much that it is, but just make it curvy because I want to have a cat bed on the bottom, and I feel like if it's any thinner it really won't fit a sizable cat bed. So that's why I decided to go that route, and I think I can hang something off the edge still that has like some cat toys on it. I'm at a point where I want to add some like foam to it. I think I want the flat bits to be like really comfortable, and I want them to kind of look like little meadows, you know. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I have 3 cats out the door of my studio. I'm not going to let them in just yet. I might later, but it's just getting them out again it takes a while. I walked out of my studio and this is what I found. A little Fizzy and 2 little boys. I'm not sure if it's because of my lack of arm strength, but I always have to bang in these staples afterwards. So that's why I'm sitting there banging all my staples, just if you wanted to know. Now I just did a little bit of hot glue at a time because it does dry, so just do a little bit and then lift up the other side, do a little bit more, bit by bit. Let's just see who's waiting out the door for us here. Hello, Binx. What you doing? No, it can't come in just yet. I want to have a look through my flower collection and see if I've got some things that I want to attach to the things. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm a bit gleeful about the prospect of looking through my flower collection for some pretty things that I can attach. I am sort of going to be thinking about how much the cats can destroy it. I don't care if they destroy it really, I just don't want them to like eat it. You know, so I'm going to pick some flowers that even if they chew up, like there's nothing that they could sort of choke on or anything like that. I do like the look of these. That could work, maybe. They might be able to chew them up a bit, I guess. Not sure. These could definitely work. I think that one will be too easy for them to pull apart, so I like it, but I'll have to leave that one out. I'm going to add some leaves. I think they'll look cool. For any of my flowers that had a long stem, I just used the end of my scissors to poke a hole to allow a bit of stem through. I did cut it short, and then the hot glue holds the fabric together so that it doesn't fray. With all the flowers, I took off any little plastic parts that look like they could pull them off. So mostly it's just fabric of the flowers that I've glued on there. If they pull it off, not a big deal. And it's fabric, so I'm not really concerned about the cats like chewing on it or whatever. Well guys, I was gonna go looking for wood, but it's just started pouring down rain and I just don't want to. I don't want to go out in all the rain, but it's meant to rain for the next few days, so I'm gonna have to keep an eye on the weather and go out as soon as it gets dry enough for me to go and find some wood, because otherwise I'm not going to be able to progress with this project. Well, I think there's some contenders in here, potentially. It's not really a proper undercover area. This shade sail is sunken so low that you can barely get under here. I feel like I'm going to get moss on my head. Excuse the crazy hair, I just realized how bad my hair is. I feel like this whole video is just me looking completely unfashionable. But we did some cutting of wood, so I've got a whole bunch of bits of branches and stuff, and at the moment I feel like I'm sort of doing a little bit of, I don't know, Tetris or something, like, maybe not Tetris, I don't know, hopefully not Jenga either, because I don't want cats to fall down, but I'm just like placing things around and trying to work out how this is going to look. So according to Google, using 100% shellac is pretty pet safe, so that's what I went with for my wood. I was about to start work on the cat tree and this little guy decided it was time for cuddles. Didn't you, Binx? You've been very cuddly. And then that's Fizzy over there. So you can probably tell it's a bit of a miserable day today and I need to cut some wood, and I really am not keen on being out here because it's like super cold and rainy, but I do it for you guys. I can't remember if I mentioned this already, but I want to make the very top platform a mushroom as well. I think when I was doing the design I didn't even think about that, and I realized when I looked at it I was like, why don't I just make that look like a mushroom? And I'm making a little step stool for Fizzy because he struggles to get around, which I did mention, but I'm going to make that a mushroom as well. So I've got this top big one, that'll be for the top, and then this is going to be for the step stool because that doesn't need to be very big, just big enough to hop on and hop off again. I'm using this because this is like the leftover stuff. If you saw me do my dragon chair, which is actually just over there, I bought these like cushions that have fluff. So I figure that'll be perfect for my mushrooms. So I do have this other fur stuff that I got from a secondhand shop. Just these little offcuts. Because I was like, oh, I could put like, if I had a piece of just normal felt, I could put that underneath, but I don't have a big enough piece for the underneath of the mushroom. So I might end up putting that underneath, I think. And then maybe using regular felt to do some spots on my mushroom, which I'll probably use it, or I might use a sewing machine maybe to sew those on. Ah, damn it, I've just run out of my contact cement. So I'll have to do some hot glue, I think, instead. I was hoping it might still stick, but it's not really, because I didn't have enough to do this side, so I'll have to use my hot glue. Alright, I'm going to cut this excess off so I can make spots out of this fur. I ended up just deciding to hot glue the spots on. I thought it would be a little bit easier, and I was under some time constraints. I really should have glued down these little fairies before I started spraying them with some like spray adhesive or anything, but I just figured the spray would hold it down flat onto the felt. I don't recommend doing it that way. I'm not really loving the fairy, so I think I'm going to leave them out and just go with the butterflies. It just didn't quite come out as nice as I wanted, and I don't have enough time to redesign this, so I'm just going to leave them off. Had a broken screw. A big shout out to my members in the fairy ring, Sabre and Boop Snoot and Boogie. It was their idea for the cat tree, so it's all thanks to them that the cat tree is coming to you guys. So I've screwed one end of this rope in. I'm not really filming all the bits because we're both doing it, and I don't have a camera set up out here because Dan doesn't really like being on camera. So but we're going to try and screw this in again, make sure it's really strong, use some glue and wrap it around. I love how the cat tree came out. It did take the cats a little while to get used to it. I had to put some cat treats on there to entice them up, and then I even got a laser pointer. The only one that's really using it right now is Binx, but I'm hoping that Loki will get used to it. Fizzy's an older cat, so he's never really too fussed about a cat tree, but you know, look, it was a challenging project. Mostly cutting the natural bits of wood were challenging, so thank you to my husband for helping me with that. So yeah, give this one a try if you're keen to do a cat tree. And if you are interested in my membership, I have 2 levels of membership. If you are interested, I've got Folk of Faewood and the Fairy Ring. Folk of Faewood, there's extra content, there's loyalty badges, there's emojis. I put posts up about different things I think you guys might be interested in. And then the Fairy Ring get to decide on projects that are coming up, and they also get a shout out. So if you want to join, just click the join button. Otherwise, I thank all of my subscribers and watchers for supporting the channel. Hit subscribe if you want to see more from me, and for the rest of you, I'll see you next time in Faewood. Bye guys.